right. Welcome to the Nerd Huddle. This is the morning spike. So we're waiting for Mark from Dynasty Pylon to join. Gonna kill a little bit of time. Happy Father's Day. All the dads out there. Everyone doing. So today we're gonna be doing some top fantasy quarterback. Yeah, hang out for a little bit. It's gonna be too long, so we're gonna stick just to quarterbacks on this one. We're gonna get some of the other positions as well. Excuse me. Wide receivers be coming up pretty soon. Running backs, I think, is the next one. We're gonna keep doing that the rest of the offseason, as well as keep doing our over unders for all the NFL teams in their division or divisions, and hopefully get a few mock drafts in and play a few games. Right before the season starts. So the season starts in September.
So small. There we go.
What is that, man?
Not much. How are you doing today? There's more than that.
I'm not sure. I thought he was probably like he's out in Vegas again.
Probably. Usually is.
Yeah. That's all good, man. I was gonna just do a solo show one today. We're gonna stick to just the quarterbacks. Kind of some of the I have the top fantasy quarterbacks, but probably get some sleepers as well. Stuff like that. And I have like the rating or ranking of where some of these guys are at. And some are head scratchers. Like seriously. You got there's this. So this is, let me pull up the one that I like. There. This is Fantasy Pros. They kind of do tiers, which I like. So they give you like the best kind of ones in each tier.
Lamar Jackson, tier 1.
Dude, and I've been looking around. He's been ranked really high in a lot of these like 2022 rankings. I think Josh Allen is everyone's number one. Everyone's number one.
That's not shocking.
Like, yeah.
And then Herbert and Holmes. I agree with that.
Yeah, definitely Herbert.
Yeah, definitely.
I think, and you know what? I can see Josh Allen and Herbert both like coming out this season just mad, just pissed off, wanting to prove something, and I can see those two. Mahomes is gonna do Mahomes stuff, so that's gonna be good. Lamar Jackson, that's like you already said, that's one of my first head scratchers where I was like, wow.
I could see him being tier 2 just because he can run the ball, but I mean, he doesn't really have anybody but Andrews to throw the ball to.
Yeah. So even on some of these other ones, this is Fantasy Football Calculator. He is ranked 5. So
why is Joe Burrow so low? I would have put Joe Burrow up in there,
right,
over Lamar Jackson.
Because Joe Burrow can just literally throw the ball in the air, and he knows somebody's gonna catch it.
Right.
Like it's gonna be that easy for Joey B. And then even over here on ESPN, they also have Lamar Jackson as 4.
Wow.
And here they kind of have to break it down between the different people.
I see Barry.
Yeah, it's really kind of crazy. How high he is. I think they're heavily relying on his running to get him some points, I think. But are you worried about injuries at all this year with him?
Oh, I mean, with him, I think that's always a possibility. I mean, when he ever played a full season? The only time was when he won the MVP like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I was going to look that up. When was the last time he played a full season? Because it's been a while.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't last year.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Have you been doing any mock drafts yet, or is it a little too
I
early
have
for you?
not. I have not done any mock drafts yet. I got invited to a couple from the Get Right guys, but I haven't been able to get in. Those things fill up so fast.
Dude, yeah, I bet, man. Those guys are crazy.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna watch a couple of theirs and see where Lamar Jackson lands some of these drafts, because that's kind of high.
Yeah, that is a good question, because that's too. I mean, I would get Kyler Murray or Joe Burrow before I drafted Lamar Jackson personally.
Yeah. I mean, he's projected, according to Fantasy Pros, 5th overall with 340 points throughout the season. That's his projection. So
Interesting.
You know, they're giving him pretty low interceptions, good touchdowns. Like he's, average in yards and completion, maybe a little bit below average, but average in touchdowns.
It must be because of his. They must have him with some high running stats, I'm assuming.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. What was that?
That's last year's. Yeah, that's last year's.
That's 21. Yeah.
Only 2,882 with 16 touchdowns. We only played 12 games, so that's what you get with him, I think.
Yeah. Seriously, especially with these longer seasons now.
And the big issue too is last year he missed what would have been the fantasy playoffs. Because Huntley was the quarterback during that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except for the semifinals, he got COVID, so he got taken out, which was sad because I finally picked him up. Well, after him and Mark Andrews exploded the week before, I was like, I'm picking up Huntley because I had Mark Andrews too, and then he tested positive for COVID. So I was like, cool.
Yeah. Hopefully, COVID is going to be an issue this season.
I don't think it will be.
I'm
sure the NFL is like the other sports where they're not doing any kind of protocol for COVID anymore. So
yeah, they're like, no, it's over. Here's the stats for his last 4 seasons. So he played 12 games, 2021, 2020, 2019. He missed. That was when did they? This is the first season that they added the extra game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because then he missed.
So he still missed one game even when he won the MVP.
Yeah, which is not bad.
Funny,
but it also it's like, dude, like Aaron Rodgers and like he's like hasn't missed a game in what? He was 5 or something stupid.
Yeah.
But
there's no way he started all games as a rookie with only 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns. I find that hard to believe.
Who was Flacco?
I think it was Flacco, yeah. I think he started most of them.
Yeah. But yeah, getting down to like the tier 2 guys.
Like I'd almost go Russell before I'd go Lamar Jackson, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, Dak, I think he's at the same level as Dak for me. It's
I
like
see that.
how's he gonna perform? But yeah, tier 2 we got Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Joey B, Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, and Matthew Stafford. That's your tier 2.
Jeez, he lost his receiver and he falls all the way to 12.
And yeah.
Look at that.
But that's the biggest one is Aaron Rodgers. I was like, they have no faith in Aaron Rodgers. They have more faith in Tom Brady.
13? What am I missing?
Yeah.
Why do they have Trey Lance above Derek Carr?
Like, dude, I don't get how Aaron Rodgers loses the best receiver and drops to tier 3. Derek Carr gets that receiver and is still kind of where he is like last year. Where I'm like, how did Derek Carr not shoot up into tier 2?
That's nuts.
Yeah. So that's really, really crazy.
And then Trey Lance is in tier 3. What?
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from Trey Lance. Because Jimmy G, has he re-signed?
No, I don't think so. I heard rumors. There are some anonymous NFL execs who said they believe he'll actually get cut during preseason.
I can see it. But that's a person but why would you cut him when you can trade him?
Yeah, I don't understand. There was a lot of teams lined up to try to get him too.
Yeah. I mean, he beat Aaron Rodgers to get to in the playoffs, and I don't see what he was in the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not? How do you? He's valuable. Use it.
Yeah.
But sometimes these teams they do stuff like that, which is weird.
Sean Watson's 18, even though he's not going to sniff the field.
Yeah. So that was a question because I know on Wednesday, no, what day was it? Thursday. Thursday or Friday. I don't remember. When Martin was doing his he was breaking down the teams, and he got the live news that Deshaun Watson, it's not said yet, but the NFL is going to go heavy on him.
I think that was Friday. Yeah,
it was Friday.
Yeah,
they're going to bring the hammer down on him. With
the
full season. I doubt that's going to happen. But I mean, even if they give him a full season and he appeals that, I mean, what is that? I mean, he'll get still what, 10-game, 12-game suspension? I mean, how many games can he get off of a full season?
Well, I heard that could be minimum. I heard they might be looking for more.
That's
just kind of the starting point. They're still looking things over.
That's nuts. I mean,
the only thing I could really compare it to is the baseball pitcher for the Dodgers, Trevor Bauer. And he only had one woman with a complaint, and he won both of his cases and still got a 2-year suspension from baseball, which he's appealing. But yeah, he got a 2-year suspension.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Yeah. So he got 2-year suspension from baseball, and he was like baseball's best pitcher.
Yeah.
So it's kind of equivalent.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I know. I think you were in chat. I was in chat when it happened, and we were obviously cracking a lot of jokes because he's an easy target right now. But like on a serious note, like is kind of there's no criminal charges, and they're talking about a year. So,
well, Brady and I thought it was interesting that the NFL has all these like private investigators investigating it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, are you really even doing anything? Because like the New York Times is the one who broke that it could be up to 66 women over a 17-month span. That's just a 17-month span that we know about. 66 women. And it was like, holy crap. And they're also the ones that broke the Texans' involvement. I don't know if you heard about that.
With
the organization was actually paying for the hotel rooms and setting these things up for them. And now the Texans are involved in like 4 or 6 of these suits too. I was like, oh Lord.
Right when we thought it was
uglier. Yeah, right.
It was. I thought it was gonna be done. That was it. The season's kind of coming to the end. A lot of these are getting like paid or closed, and then bam, bigger, like an even bigger bombshell with this.
I know. Like I said, the more and more I hear, the more and more I'm like, thank God I traded him for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, wow, that's a pretty good trade. Because Kyler Murray's at 5. That's where they got him at, which is crazy. What they got on it. Projections for 2022: 336 points, which is number 6. Completions to be at number 5. Yards number 11. Touchdowns number 12. And definitely towards the bottom with interception. Those are really good stats.
Mm-hmm.
Those are better stats than Jackson.
Well, I think Jackson, it doesn't show it, but I think Jackson's they're projecting him to have a bunch of like rushing yards and rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
But I think Murray can do the same thing, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Yeah. But
it was looking really good with my Dougable stack because I had D-Hop, but then D-Hop went and got suspended for 6 games.
Or what was his?
Performance-enhancing drugs. I think it had to do with, I think he was probably taking a steroid to deal with his hamstring. Is what I really believe it was. Like he wasn't trying to like get stronger or anything, but like he was taking a steroid to get healthier faster. For his, having his hamstring issue last year.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like
intentional or not. I don't know, but
yeah. I mean, some of that stuff I don't, because when you think of PEDs and like stuff like that, you think of like steroids, from the movies that you shoot up and like you're instantly you're like the Hulk and shit. Where a lot of them are, like you said, are like things that they take to heal faster or ignore pain.
Even if me or you went to the doctor, like 9 out of 10 times we have that kind of injury, they're going to prescribe a steroid for us.
Yeah.
To help you heal. But they can't take that because they'll test positive for steroids.
Yeah, for certain things. I know Martin will probably know because I know that's what he's going to school for.
I'm sure he would. Definitely.
Stuff like that. But like, in nursing school, I mean, they give you steroids for anything. Like, oh, you got a knee issue? Here, take this.
Right.
You have this, like, oh, that's inflamed. Here, take this. And they're usually like some kind of steroid. But it's not the steroid that you think it is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And a lot of times they do like what's his name did, the bike guy. Oh my god.
Oh, human growth hormone.
Oh no, he was doing Lance Armstrong. I thought he was doing blood doping.
Oh, that might be.
I think that's when you like take out your own blood and like you do something with it and then you put it back in, basically. So it's like when you think about it, because it's like his own blood that they're just kind of like cleaning out, or the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And then put it back in.
Yeah.
But that's a no. So
yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Yeah. Anybody here in tier 2 that kind of like should be higher, lower?
Well, we already talked about Burrow. I don't know. He should be up there, I think.
Yeah.
I think Wilson should be higher. Maybe even Stafford. I mean, that guy just went to the Super Bowl for crying out loud.
Yeah. And he still got, besides OBJ, everyone else kind of stayed.
Yeah, and they brought in Robinson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's got Cooper Kupp of all people. I mean, that alone is worth it. The way they were connected last year was insane. But I'll give Russell Wilson why they put him at 10, like towards the bottom of tier 2, is probably they don't know what's going to happen over there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's his first time on a new team.
Yeah. Yeah, new team, everything. I mean, he's only been with Pete Carroll, right?
Yeah, I was going to say
somebody else.
No, it's only been Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
The whole time he was
That's great. One team, one coach this whole time, and now he's somewhere else. So I think he's going to do fine, but I think that's like they're doubting him. Tom Brady has 8. You think that man can still do it at what, 100? How old is he now?
45, 44 still. I don't know when his birthday is. They're projecting 4,724 yards, 37. Damn, they have him going number 1 and number 1.
Yeah.
We're supposed to finish 7th overall in points, but yet they have it that low.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's got to be the rushing yards, stuff like that. This is standard scoring, so I didn't do anything special.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't see how you're number 1 in yards, number 1 in touchdown, and you're still 7th.
Right. Oh, I'm assuming it's like I said, the rush. They must think Lamar is going to rush for like 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, they don't have anybody else to run the ball.
I mean, yeah. Look here. Like he runs. Herbert.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's not a runner like the rest of these 3 guys are.
And then Jalen Hurts is too high. I am not high on him. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a Washington fan and he's an Eagle. I just haven't been impressed by it. I mean, he runs, but I just haven't been impressed by the way he throws the ball.
I think he's going to have a good year this year. And if it's going to be any year, it's got to be this year. Otherwise, I think.
Supposed to be 24 in yards and 16th in touchdowns. They must really think he's running the ball. Holy crap.
Wow. Yeah, that's all. Completion, 51%. That's all he's doing is running the ball or throwing short touchdowns.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, that's horrible. Yeah, for sure. That's all he's going to be doing is running and rushing touchdowns.
I mean, in 15 games last year, he threw for 16 touchdowns. That's barely a touchdown a game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, rushing touchdowns. 10.
But yeah,
you got 10 rushing touchdowns.
But that's the thing with Jalen is he has a 784 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he's a little high. I would have probably put him. How Kyler Murray is over Aaron Rodgers, that blows my mind. Oh, we got comment.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers getting that far down.
Yeah,
Lance was blood doping.
There we go. The injection of oxygenated blood into the athlete before the event is attempted to enhance.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because it was helping him be able to, like, his muscles wouldn't get as sore and he could breathe easier because of the oxygenated blood. I remember that.
Yeah, that's how crazy like everything is. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just putting oxygen in my blood. Like,
Right.
Nope, that's illegal. Well,
Crazy.
even what's that? He was doing. Was that the hyperbolic chamber kind of stuff, where like you sleep in a chamber where like it mimics you being in the mountain. So like the oxygen's like lower, so like your blood and your lungs used to like different stuff like that. So and that's illegal, but you can go and actually train and live in the mountains, which a lot of these guys do. But that's fine. But you just can't simulate it.
Right.
So, but yeah. So yeah, back to this.
Interesting.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts should be tier 3. Maybe I'll give him like top of tier 3, but he should not be number 6.
I mean, if Tom Brady's finishing first and everything, he should probably be in tier 1.
Right?
Saying.
It's almost like all those other stats don't matter if you're not a running quarterback now.
Right? Like, oh, he's gonna be top in touchdowns, top in rushing or passing yards, but tier 2.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but I mean that's what it comes down to. But let's see, he was plus 1 tier, so his average break one. So, I don't know. Dak went down a lot.
Well, I think. I mean, the potential's still there, but I think without Amari Cooper, I don't know. We'll have to see if CD can hold it up.
I don't know.
I mean, in the games that Cooper didn't play, they did not look particularly great offensively.
No, and I'm still questioning Zeke. I mean, it's which Zeke are we going to get? Every Sunday we can get like, are we going to get fat Zeke, or are we going to get like Zeke? That's going to trick over everyone.
Right.
I don't know. That's
I was kind of hoping he'd get dealt too.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I got Dallas's number 1 running back and receiver now. Because I have Pollard in my dynasty.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Pollard.
Yeah.
Kind of changes stuff back there.
God,
Stafford.
Click on him. What are they expecting Trey Lance to do? I want to know. What?
I don't know.
I think he's going to go. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, so they got him 47th in completions, which is not good, but 22nd in yards and 17th in touchdowns.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I'm assuming he's gonna throw it a lot, and it's not like I don't know. See, that's a weird step. So his completions are gonna be low, so he's gonna throw it a lot, and it's not gonna. He's gonna get a lot of misses, but he's obviously you'll get a lot of yards, touchdowns from it, I guess. But I feel like his interception should be higher than, wouldn't it?
Well, I wouldn't be shocked if it was higher than 13.7.
Yeah. I mean, if your completions percentage is that low, like I feel like your interceptions should be higher.
Well, to be fair, 62.47 isn't half bad.
Yeah. I mean, he's ranked 47, which,
Yeah, I don't know.
They're like half is like here.
If I was a 49er fan and you could guarantee me that his completion percentage would be 62.47, I'd take it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they project that to be number 47 though. That's no way.
Yeah.
I see 57.7
57 last year.
That's kind of the medium, I think.
What's his name on this list? Jimmy Garoppolo. What was his completion last year?
68.3.
He was at 68, so that's about the same as what they're projecting Trey Lance to do. See, I don't get it. So
68.2, number 2. So look, just 6 percentage points separates 44 from 2.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
One touchdown. How did you get points? 1 touchdown and 0.7 interception.
That's funny.
It only projected 10 points. 10 points all season long.
And that's good for 50th.
I know, right?
And we're in for a long fantasy season.
Yeah. I mean, because once you get to, I don't know what. So say if you're in a 16-person league, which is a lot, and each person, so that's already 16, your top 16 quarterback. And then, then you're going for like backups and some of the, not backups, but like the lower end guys.
Mm-hmm.
So if everyone carries 2 quarterbacks, that's already 32. So anything below 32 is just in case bench guy that's going to be on waivers.
Right.
But
where's Wency on this list?
See.
I want to see what they project him to do. There
26.
it is. 26. Awesome.
Not too bad. Decent points. Completion is all right. Yeah, that's not too bad.
That's my backup quarterback. So.
Yeah. I think he should have a good year. He should have a good year. I don't know. So,
I don't know why so many people are so down on him. I'm like, this guy was they rated the deep pass. He finished number 7 in the entire league in deep passing last year. He had 10th in touchdowns. He had decent yards, and this was all while having a pass blocking ranking of 30th on his team. Like they could not pass block the Colts last year, and last year we were 6th. We were 6th in pass blocking.
Yeah, that's why he's going to be behind a much better old line. I think in a system he's going to be more comfortable in. I think too.
Is Brian sad that McLaurin's off the market now?
Oh, where he stayed with
well, Rivera came out and said absolutely under no circumstances are they trading him.
Yeah. There's no way.
So he's still not there, but he says that they will get a deal done and there's no way they're trading him.
Yeah.
So if we can bring McLaurin in to work with this guy, I feel like Washington has better weapons than the Colts did, a better offensive line, which means Wentz should be better. I mean, Wentz will probably still do Wentz things. Don't get me wrong. I got to brace myself for this, but
yeah, like yelling at the TV, like, why would you do that? Why would you throw that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think he'll still do that from time to time because that's just in his nature. But I don't know why. I mean, I know maybe I'm just being a homer. I'm trying to be optimistic, but there's literally evidence to display that Wentz can be good. But then I hear things like Madden's ranking him a 70, like 34th in the league. I'm like, what? 70?
I mean, he finished 15th in fantasy wise last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want him to be. I'm not saying he's gonna be the best quarterback. I'm not saying he should be like a 95 in Madden. But I'm just like, don't understand why everyone's so low on the guy.
Yeah, man, look at his stats. So 2016, he was 24th. then went to 5th best, then back down to 23rd, 9th best, back down to 22nd, and then he finished 15th.
That's not a good sign.
But the 15 is interesting because, well, I guess he went low, high, low, not as high, low, not as high again. So is he going to have I don't think he's going to have a low season. He's not going to be ranked.
He needs to break that cycle.
Yeah.
No 20th break, please.
If he stays healthy, I can see him being in the top 10 for sure.
Well, part of it too is if you look at it, 2018, 11 games played, 12 games played in 2020. Yeah. That's probably the reason he wasn't as high.
Yeah. I mean, even in 2017, he played 13 games. Well, he only missed 3.
That was his MVP year, I think. Wasn't that when they won the Super Bowl?
I think so.
He missed the last 3 games of the season in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a good season. For sure. Especially with, like you said, with McLaurin.
Yeah. They need to get that done sooner than later, though.
Yeah. Where we at?
Most people forget too. He missed all of preseason and training camp because he had foot surgery.
What, last year?
Yeah, he literally had foot surgery in July, and he missed everything. And he came back the week of week 1, so he had no time to prepare with his receivers to build a rapport. I'm sure the playbook probably wasn't that hard because he's worked with Frank Reich before, but I don't know. People seem to miss that stuff. To me, is important to build chemistry with your team. You want everyone there, and then your top guy's not there.
Yeah, like the leader of your team. Isn't there. It definitely changes the dynamic of how everyone acts. Because
right.
you need to have that guy there to put people. I don't want to say not in check, but kind of in check. Yeah. So that's. I think he's going to be a lot better. But where was he? He's 26.
Yeah.
Here 4. I can see him. And I don't know if I can see him if Kirk Cousins though is up here in
Deshaun Watson tier 3.
Deshaun Watson. Yeah. This I think this got to be updated. There's a little gear on his little bio.
Yeah. So you think Tua should be higher, lower, or do you think he's right where he belongs? That's another one where I'm kind of still out on. I don't know. Yeah. And same thing with Justin Fields. Like obviously I'm a Bears fan. I don't know how they have that man at 16 over somebody like. Let's click. Let's see what his projected stats are. I mean, he doesn't have a number 1. Wow, that's a lot of red. Yeah. So, 61%. They must think he's gonna be able to run the ball a lot. Probably. Well, that was one of the questions, in some of the Bears communities groups I'm in, is Justin Fields going to break the Bears all-time yards pass record, which is only 38. Yeah, I was gonna say you're the only club that hasn't had a 4,000 yard passer. Yeah. Horrible. And on top of that, so the quarterback that owns that record in the Bears is Eric Kramer. Yep. From the 90s or something like that. So I remember having to do a double take. I was like, Eric, because I found something on the internet that ranked all the clubs, and it was all the teams' best passing yards. Yeah. And that was yours. And I was like, Eric Kramer. I had to dig deep in the annals of my brain to be like, Eric Kramer. And I was like, oh my God, that guy from the 90s. Yeah. I was like, oh, wow. I have his jersey. I mean, for obviously, he spells it with a K, but I do still have his jersey. I actually found one at the secondhand at the Goodwill. Oh, nice. And in pristine condition. And I'm and it was in around Halloween, years ago, around Halloween. So it was in the costume section. Mm-hmm. It nice and no cracks in the name or anything. I'm like, oh, I'm buying this. Oh, that's cool. So, yeah. Sometimes you get that good stuff, man. Oh yeah.
Dude, I
That's
get so
awesome.
much good shit, good shit at the Goodwill. I find so much stuff. I know I showed I got some beer bottle cozies. So I got a Bears one, and then I
nice.
just found a
The
Falcons,
Falcons one. That's cool.
Yeah, so you put the bottle comes out through the head.
I like it's a Bears basketball jersey looking thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's cool though.
It looks better when it's on the bottle. I saw that. I saw the Falcons one. I'm like, oh, I forgot to get that.
Yeah.
But Justin Fields, it's I don't know. No O line, no number one wide receiver, and they still have him. They have him in the same tier as Aaron Rodgers. How is that possible?
Yeah, that's weird. We should click on him. What's his projected stats? I'm curious now. What do they think
right?
Rodgers over here is going to do?
Look at this.
Apparently, no
Even
drop off.
Six interceptions is probably high for him.
Yeah, I was going to say that is kind of high. I'm not going to lie.
He had.
Yeah, look at that.
He had
3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 6, 7, 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
The last time he had 6 interceptions was 2017.
You got to go all the way to 2010. Last time he had double digits.
Yeah. I mean, he's only had double digits twice.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah. So that should be lower. But I think it's because of Adam. No Adams, he's instantly that much worse. That's insane. I don't know if I can, but he's so high on everything. Like he's number 9 in points, number 7 in completions, number 10 in yards, number 7 in touchdowns, and then even he's really low still in interception. They're like, yeah, we'll put him at 12. Like what? I don't get it.
That's nuts. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, because he finished 7th overall fantasy wise. Obviously he was MVP and all that shit, but
3
fantasy
rushing
wise.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
Including the most
average.
including the big one where he was like, I own you.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
Yeah. Oh man. I was really hoping like we can get a defense together and just like pound on Aaron Rodgers, like what we did within the Bears and with Urlacher and everything against Brett Favre. Just beat the crap out of Brett Favre for one game at least. But
I just saw
That's not
Urlacher on the Pat McAfee show. That's a really cool dude.
Urlacher?
Yeah.
So I used to work at a casino over in Chicago area, and I was a security, and there were so many Bears players, so many. It's just athletes in general that I met, and Urlacher was one. That man, he was already retired. That man's so freaking big.
Yeah,
Like,
6'4".
and he's just like physically massive. And this is him not in shape, because he's already stopped.
Yeah.
He's already retired. This is before he had his hair transplant. That man's head is like the size of a football helmet. Like he's just a giant freaking person. And he had a suit on, and I'm just standing there like staring. I'm like, holy shit, this guy is a monster.
Yeah.
And it was him and what was the other linebacker?
Briggs.
Lance Briggs.
Lance Briggs.
They came up and they were sharing a private table.
God, that defense. That defense was scary.
Yeah. And then so there's a real quick funny story. So at security, we have to check IDs at casinos to make sure you're over 21 and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hawks were playing somebody, I think one of the Canadian teams. So all these guys decided to come in and gamble. Most of them are very young, 20s, maybe a few of them in their 30s, but most of them are in their 20s, look super young. And like a good 15 of them walk in. And I wasn't scanning their IDs, but I knew a few of their faces. I'm not gonna I can't say names, I don't want to say names, but I knew a few of their faces. I'm like, oh shit, cool, and and the guy's like, I need your IDs, and they didn't have any of their IDs.
Oh,
they're like,
no.
Like we're professional hockey players, dude. Like, and So yeah, like the manager had to come over and he knew who they were, so he like wind up letting them in. But he was like, yeah. So they had like they had like Canadian ID, which we weren't able to take. If they had their passport, it would be fine. But
yeah.
So yeah, that was good. That was a good time working there, man. Met a lot of cool players. But yeah, Urlacher was just. He looks normal when you put him against other people his size. Just by himself, that guy is a monster.
He is a monster. That dude bikes 40 miles a day.
Jesus, that just hurts my legs thinking about it.
Yeah, that's his exercise routine. Is he bikes 40 miles a day, and then he does like 200 push-ups and 200 sit-ups. That's all he does.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And then that's good enough for him to stay in shape.
I got some sad news for you though. He's a really big Aaron Rodgers fan.
I know. Yeah, I know he didn't mind Brett Favre. He didn't hate Brett Favre. I think like how people thought he hated Brett Favre. Like because the whole rivalry. But I know they were pretty cool off the field. I don't know about now still, but
he lives in Arizona too. I didn't know that.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
He's from New Mexico, or he went to school in New Mexico. So
yeah, no, he's from New Mexico. He grew. That's his hometown, somewhere in New Mexico. He was a 6'4" safety when you drafted him, and then you randomly moved him to Mike linebacker one day. He was like, "I've never done this." And they're like, "Just when they hike it, run to the ball." And he's like, "I did that ever since, and I must have been good at it."
Yeah,
he's like, "I just run to the ball."
Hall of Famer, like
right?
Yeah, he was great. It was also in Chicago. You're like, oh, you're gonna play linebacker. Like, okay, I guess you know how to make linebackers great. So
right,
I got it.
That's true. There was that span where it was just like whoever you threw back there, could be good.
Yeah, definitely. I'm concerned about Kirk Cousins. Not concerned. Question.
9 and 8. Holy crap! 14 overall.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of Thielen and JJ, where he can just chuck it. That's not bad.
I like how you hate on Kirk Cousins, but yet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times he's thrown more yards than any of your quarterbacks ever have.
Yeah. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, this one's close. That's
that one's close. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I say he's 11th, 18th, 13th, 6th. I mean, he had those 3 good years right there.
Yeah, that's when he was in Washington.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's been.
Well, I mean, 2016. That's our record. 4,917 yards.
Oh, is it?
That's our record. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else is crazy? Looking at that list, it had years, and almost everybody else for their passing, it's like modern, like it's all 2010 or higher. And you guys are sitting there like in the 90s.
In the 90s. Yeah.
Well, I guess the Dolphins, I think, is Dan Marino, but that's the 80s because he threw for 5,000 yards.
Oh yeah.
His like sophomore year, second year in the league.
It's also Dan Marino, so it's like you deserve to be on a few of those kind of like lists. How great he was.
Tom Brady's was on 2 teams. He has Tampa Bay's record and New England's record.
Of course he does. All
right.
And also, did you see there's a article about Matt Ryan that he could be the first person in NFL history to lose to all 32 teams.
Yeah.
Like part of me is like, I kind of want him to lose to Atlanta.
He's not going to lose to Atlanta.
He's not going to lose. No, there's no way unless Cordell Patterson and Pitts decide just to have like some of the best games of their season. I don't see it happening, but I kind of want to see it happen just because I want Matt Ryan to have that record.
I mean, unless the Colts defense just gets like absolutely riddled with injuries.
Yeah, which is a possibility. So he got pretty decent numbers. Points. He's 22nd, 65% completion. Almost 4,000 yards. They're projecting 25
It's almost
touchdowns. A lot.
Mirror of what Carson Wentz is projected to get, but everyone's super high on Matt Ryan and hating on Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I think that comes down to his personality. I think people love Matt Ryan and people kind of don't like Wentz. So
how pissed is Matt Ryan going to be if he does get to the Super Bowl and then Tom Brady makes it with the Tampa Bay Bucks? Like, really? Finally get back here and I got to face you again.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be funny because that would be basically. I mean, Matt Ryan maybe got a couple more seasons in him, but probably not that much.
Well, he's 38.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quite obsessed with his body as Tom Brady and Russell Wilson are. I found out that Russell Wilson has like 4 people. Like he has a leg guy, a torso guy, an arm guy, and another guy, and he pays them all over $1 million a year. Yeah.
Can you imagine being like, oh yeah, I'm his arm guy. Like, hey, lift those and curl them. There you go. Money, please. Like,
and then obviously Tom Brady has his whole company, TB12, that helps him with his.
Yeah. Does he have other players under that company, or is it just him?
I think he does. I mean, I know one of the issues that Antonio Brown had was he was in that company, but he said it was a scam and that he wanted his like millions of dollars back or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or he said they owed me millions of dollars because I was like a spokesman for it and he never got it. I don't know.
Man, that's a whole story in itself.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown, Tom Brady. See where we at? Jameis Winston, 21 in tier 4. Is he gonna play a full season? I don't know. I mean, games played 7-4. He played. 2019 played a full season.
Look at that, third. Although he wouldn't have been third in our league because we get negative points for interceptions.
No, do you?
He had 33 and 30.
Yeah. Holy crap! That was that bad year. But he wound up being third best. Quarterback.
Yeah.
So
that's nuts.
Interesting.
Well, it's because he threw for 5,109 yards and 33 touchdowns.
Yeah. And rushed for 250. It's not bad. How do you go from third, right?
To 70.
Best quarter to
he didn't
70th.
play. He didn't play.
Yeah, he played 4 games.
He had 75 passing yards. That's it. Oh, and -6 rushing yards.
Oh my god, that's horrible. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could see him doing well. No one's talking about Alvin Kamara. I know we're not. We're gonna get into him when we get into running backs and stuff. But I think not having Kamara is going to be more on Winston, and I don't know if Winston can put that team on his shoulders like that.
Oh, I don't know either. And then Mark Ingram's obviously not going to be able to replace what Kamara does.
Yeah. I mean, Ingram's a great backup, a guy who could put out there when you need him, but a full season and to replace Kamara, that's not going to happen. So he's going to be interesting. I don't think it's really. I think he's going to be a bust this season. I don't know. There are some people who really like him. I think Brian kind of likes him. I think he's a good person. He's fun to watch, especially in the off season with all his silly training montages.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see because I still find it interesting that you would think like I brought this up when we were talking about the Saints when we were doing our breakdown of the Saints on Dynasty Pylon, and I'm like, how as an organization do you have your top position? Do you not know he needs glasses? Like the first thing Tampa or New Orleans did was they gave him an eye exam. Yeah, he sat behind Drew Brees in 2020. That was Drew Brees' last year.
That's why
Yeah.
His stats were so bad.
But the first thing they did was give him an eye exam, and they're like, "Yeah, you need glasses." So I got him LASIK.
Yeah.
So but that's the one thing I've been interested in. I'm like, well, I want to see what this Jameis Winston who had LASIK can do, because if someone who didn't have LASIK can throw the ball for 5,109 yards and 33 touchdowns, but granted 30 interceptions, like maybe with the LASIK he'll know who to throw the ball to now.
Yeah, it's not just all blurry.
Yeah. I was like, you would think, like, wouldn't that be like something you check on a regular basis as an organization? Keep track of your eyes.
Yeah.
Especially number 1 overall pick. I was like, how? Tampa, what are you doing over there?
Yeah. They're crazy. What do you think about Ryan Tannehill? They got him in tier 4 at 22nd. Under Jameis Winston, under Trevor Lawrence, under Matt Ryan. Like, they have him right next to Zach Wilson. Did Ryan Tannehill just completely fall from grace after the collapse he had last season? Or
maybe. I mean, what is he? Scroll down so I can see what he did like last year and stuff. So 2020 was probably his best year with the Titans.
Yeah.
33-7, yeah.
I mean, 2021 last season wasn't too bad.
Dude has 7 rushing touchdowns 2 years in a row. That's crazy.
Yeah. Almost exactly 266 and 270 rushing yards, so not too bad. I think the interceptions really did him in, obviously, last year, 14.
Oh, absolutely. Even in the playoffs, too.
Yeah. That's the reason why they lost. Yeah. And I know, like, I think what Brian was saying, he had like breakdown and he had to seek therapy and he
literally had over a month of therapy, I guess, after that loss.
Yeah. So, but to put him this far down, I don't know.
I think it's kind of the same thing with Rodgers. He lost his number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
Like, granted, they got Treylon Burks and they brought in Bobby Trees, but is Bobby Trees going to be healthy to start the season? What are we getting with Treylon Burks, who now has been diagnosed with asthma?
Oh, really?
Yeah. They have a lot of question marks at the receiver position right now.
Yeah. He's gonna be interesting.
And then I know his comments about Malik Willis rubbed people the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's not my job to mentor him.
I think
but
yeah. That's why I'm like, you said the right thing. The message was right, but the way you said it was wrong.
Yeah, it was the way he said it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the delivery.
It was like, the delivery on it, was really messed up. But I also feel like you have to say what you need to say to be like considered that team player and be the leader and blah blah blah. A leader doesn't say shit like that, So I think he, between what happened last year, all the comments he's doing, he's not well liked right now, which I think definitely brings him down. Because a lot of these projections are how much you like the player too, like just as a person on and off the field and kind of stuff like that. But I mean, would you put him this far down? I mean, would you put him above Tua? Or above Justin Fields?
Well, I definitely, like, not to be mean to you guys, I would have put Justin Fields that high.
You wouldn't?
I mean, does he have the potential to be that high? Yes, I think could be a really good quarterback. I just don't think it's going to be this year.
No, I agree. I 100% agree. Like, he should not be in tier 3. He should be at the bottom of tier 4. And it has nothing about him as a player. It's just what are you going to do? You have no O-line, no wide receivers.
Right. That's why it's more what he has around him than it is him. Like, I think in 2 years, if you guys can knock the next 2 off seasons out of the park, like, that offense could be scary.
I think so.
Bring in some offensive
next year we're gonna have. Next year we're gonna have the most amount of money.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
We're gonna be spending like we're the New England Patriots, buying everybody.
Right.
But there's no way I would put Ryan Tannehill below Justin Fields. But even Tua, maybe Deshaun Watson should he even be on this list at this point?
No, that's why I said until we know what's going on with Deshaun Watson, I don't think he should be on any list.
Yeah. If anybody drafts in a redraft league, drafts Watson this year.
How can you even begin to project his stats if you don't even know if he's playing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird.
Yeah. I mean, and they're building the team around him, but it's like you're building a team around a guy who's not going to play for a full season.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, Clowney came back. Clowney's like, yeah, I'm gonna be around because of Watson. You know, and now look.
Who you let us know how you like Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, which I was
quarterback.
I was looking for him down here.
Kenny Pickett over there. Oh, Kenny
I'm looking
Pickett.
for there we go. Jacoby Brissett is top of tier 6, number 42. I mean, they got to update this list, obviously, because he's going to be a starter.
Yeah, 4.4 touchdowns, 717 yards.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be interesting. Where's even Baker Mayfield they have higher, and he's not. There's no way.
Yeah, 50 yards. Half a touchdown, half an interception.
Yeah. I mean, if I was Baker, this is probably the best thing that could happen for Baker. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you spent all this money on this guy and he might not play. And Baker's like, this in here, like, well, you should have paid me.
Right.
You know, but it is what it is. We got Mac Jones. They got Zach Wilson over Mac Jones. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's I probably have Mac Jones above him. What do they think he's doing this year? Nothing great.
But he had a decent year last year. Finished 17th.
For a rookie, 3,801 yards, 22 touchdowns. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So.
And they got him some weapons. They got Devontae Parker and somebody else.
I mean, they had the worst draft in by far.
True.
So, I mean,
yeah, their draft was all over the place.
I think when we ranked it like an F, like the only F out of the whole draft.
Oh, it definitely wasn't good. Their draft was questionable.
Yeah.
I mean, their first round pick was like a third rounder. Their second round pick was like not even a third rounder. Like, what are you guys doing right now?
So here's a couple of ones that I wanted to get into. So they got Davis Mills in Houston over Mariota, and then also Mills is over Trubisky and Pickett, but they have Trubisky and Pickett 30 and 31.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's interesting.
This whole 28, 29, 30, 31 is very weird. Like, very, very weird. Like, why is any Houston player on any top ranking list at all? I mean, there's Davis Mills ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah. I mean, and I think that's being super, respectful to him. He's not getting these numbers.
Yeah, they think he's gonna get more passing yards than Mac Jones.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But then Mariota, who is gonna be interesting to watch, and I would put Mariota above Mills. Mills should be not even here. And then Trubisky and Pickett back to back like that.
That's
it's like, yeah. They're gonna say Trubisky's gonna have 21, 27 yards, and Pickett is gonna have 1924. So couple.
So apparently they're definitely going with the Trubisky's starting the year as the starter, but most definitely Pickett's coming in at like week 6 or 7.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they just they like every 3 games they kind of switch it out to see what happened. I mean, I think Trubisky's gonna have a pretty decent year. But
they're gonna run something like the 49ers were doing, like one drive Trubisky, one drive Kenny Pickett, one drive Trubisky.
I can see that. I mean, I can see him doing like some stupid wildcat thing with 2 quarterbacks back there, and I mean, like, legit, like, I see him. Yeah. So I mean,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I want to see someone run that offense now.
And if it would be anybody, it would be I got my brain fart on his coach's name. The heck is the Pittsburgh coach name? Like
Mike
one of
Tomlin.
the best coaches, Mike Tomlin. I can see him doing something stupid like that. Not stupid, but trying to be like a genius in a play. Because I think he had to play it safe so long with Big Ben.
Man.
Big Ben obviously fucking ran like a tree. So I know you got guys that can run and do stuff. So it'd be interesting.
And we use the word run lightly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at best, his fastest speed is like a light jog.
Right.
Like, I'm running as fast as I can. Yeah, then you get into like the weird stuff. Sam Darnold is all the way tier 5. He's down here with like Ritter.
I like Drew Lock is above Geno, even though Geno's the starter.
Yeah, right. Where's
He's 39.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. So this is when you start getting into weird. Like 4 is kind of like some really weird ones. 5 and down is like what? Who? Like I don't know. Malik Willis is ranked for some reason.
Oh, Sam Darnold. That guy.
Sam Darnold. I mean, what are they doing? I mean, geez, not even 3,000 yards, and they're saying he's probably gonna have as many touchdowns as interceptions, if not 0.3 more. So, and he hasn't had a good season. 27th, 30th, 28th. He's not a starter. Not a starter. So.
But he was so good the first 4 games last year.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and he was just never the same. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I made it to the semifinals, and my quarterbacks were Sam Darnold and Carson Wentz last year.
You played a lot of Carson Wentz, huh?
If I had $1 for every time Carson Wentz would have 20 points in the first half and then end the game with 18 points, I'd have a lot of dollars. How do you always get negative points in the second half, Carson?
Can you bench him halfway through the game? All right, I'm going no quarterback second half.
Right. I'm just gonna keep this 20. I'm gonna bank it, and then that's it. I don't need a quarterback in the second half.
But I like how they have Sam Darnold and then go down 2 spots, and then you have Matt Corral. Yeah. Like, that's how bad that both of their quarterbacks are in tier 5, ranked in the 30. So, I mean, they have Baker Mayfield, who's probably not even going to see any of the field at all, like because he doesn't, want to. I don't think he's going to play. But they have Baker Mayfield over Darnold. They have Ritter, over. I don't know. It's just questions. So many questions. Taysom Hill they got on there. Brissett's obviously going to go up higher. Trying to look. Andy Dalton, I think should be higher because I think he's going to see a decent amount of playing time.
Whoa, Sam Howell above Taylor Heineke? That's different.
Yeah. We got then you get into Cam Newton for some reason. So
why are you there, Cam Newton?
Well,
let's call McCoy not above these people.
Yeah. And then Nick Foles, he's way down there, man. How about fall from grace? He's tier 7.
And then I was throwing 7 touchdowns in a game, or 6, or whatever it was, twice.
Yeah, and then you're all the way down here. Yeah, so down here you don't. I mean, besides in tier 7, Nick Foles, tier 7, that that's painful. That is painful. I mean, Nick Foles is lower than Cam Newton, who Cam Newton's not even on a team right now. Like, that's how much faith they have in
Cam Newton. Cam Newton's not going on a team, guys. You could just take him off.
Yeah. Look at that. I mean, even the last couple of seasons, he hasn't had a good season since 2017.
I'm pretty sure he won the MVP that year.
I think it was 2015, right? He was
Oh, yeah.
first,
2015,
35
sorry.
and
Yeah.
10 touchdowns. I think that was
Definitely that one.
So.
Jeez, that guy is not very accurate. I think he had one season over 60%, 2 seasons over 60%, 3.
I mean, this one barely.
Yeah, no. Oh, I guess 4 if you count rookie at 60. I didn't see that until right now.
That was definitely one of his better years. 4,000 yards.
That was his rookie year where his first 4 or 5 games he had over 400 yards in each of them.
Yeah, man, he was fourth best quarterback, second best quarterback. I think he got hurt in 2014 because he missed a couple games. I don't remember why he did so, but he was 10th still, and then came to first when he won the MVP. Then had another bad season, second, and then just poor Cam. But cool, man. Anybody else you want to look at, or?
No, I think he covered most of the big people.
Yeah, it's all the big ones. The big question is Lamar Jackson. I'm definitely gonna watch Get Right. So make sure you guys, anybody watch, go watch Get Right Fantasy Network. They do a bunch of drafts, mock drafts, stuff like that. And I'm gonna probably watch. They're probably live right now while we're live. But I'm gonna check out one of their drafts and see where Jackson goes.
They do the mocks on Friday, and then I think Sunday they grade them.
Yeah, something like that. They have their mock Fridays, mock draft Fridays.
Yep,
pretty cool. But cool, man. Anything else before we get out of here?
I think that's it.
Yeah. All right.
So is Trevor Simeon really your backup? Saw him way down there on the list. It's at Chicago. I think it was the last 2.
Yeah, he's our backup.
There it is, right there, Trevor Simeon, 65.
He is our backup.
Woo! Look at those stats.
That's the thing I don't get is why didn't we just keep Nick Foles?
I don't know. Good question.
That's the thing. I mean, we really wouldn't not have lost any money, because he already paid most of his money. I think it was $2 million, something like that, 2.5 mil. It wasn't that much money. We would have a solid backup, but now our backup is Trevor. So, Chicago this year is going to be one of the worst teams. Brian kind of has a little bit more faith with 8 wins.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, 6 is max, and that's kind of asking a lot. But I think that's part of the game plan, though, is not be so good this year and just survive. That's the game plan for the Bears in 2022 is survive.
Hopefully, quarterback Fields takes some positive steps forward, show some improvement.
Yeah, that's big. Cool, man. But yeah, next week we'll probably I'll see if we can get a mock draft, if I can set one up.
Okay.
I think Brian should be back by then. If not, we'll do it but we'll do a mock draft coming soon. And then we'll finish our over-unders for the teams, the rest of the NFL teams. I think we got 4 more divisions.
Okay.
Yeah, more position kind of stuff. We're gonna talk about top positions, and then get into the season. And we'll probably play a little trivia game here and there. I gotta keep it more. Yeah, I gotta do it more newer because Martin was upset about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know he was.
I'm limited to Super Bowl questions to how many Super Bowls there were. So
right, I don't know what it is. You can't just do it all the modern because then you'd run out of questions.
Yeah. But if I keep it just the NFL, I can definitely, and fantasy football, I can keep it more modern. More our lifetime. questions
Right.
for sure. So, but yeah. So, man, if anybody watching, make sure you go check out Dynasty Pylon. Link is in the description, and also make sure you check out Nerd Huddle. Link is also in the description. We're gonna be here every Sunday leading into the season. Get you ready for the season for your draft and all that, and then during the season, you know, we love getting all these questions. So, I'm super hyped about that. I love getting all the questions.
I know that was probably the best time when like we'd have all this stuff scheduled for our show, and we're like, all right, like an hour and 30 minutes in, and we've only done like one thing.
Yeah.
Because we just get bombarded with questions.
Which is awesome. Like, you have to have a just in case, so you have to have part like, all right, we're going to talk about this.
Yeah.
You know, but then the questions obviously, you know, are number one. But they're so much fun too. We wind up getting a question. Me and Brian got a fantasy question, a dynasty fantasy question on the Panda Grizzly, maybe a month ago. And
I remember
we were
I was watching and I was in the comments answering.
That's right. We got so hyped. We're like, oh, what? Like, we
it was
asked
awesome.
the question. Yeah. So
I was like, oh shit, let's do it.
That's fun. Yeah, I wasn't in the right mind, so I had to like, all right, look up stuff real quick, get in that headspace, and
right.
But cool. All right, man. Let's get out of here. Appreciate it,
Right,
Mark, for coming out, hanging out.
No problem.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Enjoy the day.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. So let's get out of here. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys Tuesday, Panda Grizzly, Wednesday, or Monday. You guys are probably gonna do more stuff too. So.
Yeah, we would go Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday through Friday, 2 times on or Wednesdays. So
no, just the one time on Wednesday. We don't do the overview on Wednesdays. I don't know what we're doing this upcoming Wednesday though. I'll figure that out. I think we might do one last thing with the draft, but we're just gonna be like, instead of going like through the third and fourth, and we're just gonna pick some guys to talk about. Because once you get to the third round, like other than running backs, you're not really looking at people who are gonna make too big of an impact.
Yeah. Random kicker or bench fillers.
Offensive lineman drafted in the 7th round. Oh yeah, that guy. He's gonna go far.
So cool. Yeah. So we will see you guys all next week and then back next Sunday morning spike. All right, guys. See y'all later.
Later.